Hi everyone, it's me again. So I'm back after quite some time. I've been busy with my baby lately and also the work, so I don't have much time. But now I'm able to do this. So I have this new stuff for the Arrma Kraton 8 scale EXB. So primarily I bought the newest RPM rear lower arms flexible wing mount RPM pinion gears here from Surpass Hobby. This is the stock one, and I broke the other side, and then I decided to put in as a replacement. It's the RPM, but the original RPM V1 to V4 Kraton, and it's very flexible. So I've even made a video on this, and it's very good actually, very tough, very flexible. But the thing is that the suspension geometry is altered because the V5 and the EXB models have this less triangle shape shock tower. So it used to be very wide here, putting too much stress on the shocks, so that it's pulling the shocks out, and the ride height is also very limited. So this is the maximum ride height that you get. I want it to be a bit lower, the suspension arm, for me to have a higher ride height. It has to be a bit taller. And for my Kraton, I want it to be looking more like a monster truck than a truggy truck. There's the tube screw, so it barely touches the tip, so it's not really effectively doing its job, because this, in the first place, this is not the original arm. So I put some color coding here. It's the weakest point is somewhere here, so this one easily breaks. The body itself is sturdy, but all the stress are transferred to here, and it's not really flexible. I bought an upgrade, a replacement, but they're really cheap. In fact, all of these three, they have the same prices somehow. This RPM arm here is very flexible, too flexible. This other RPM arm here is not really flexible, but it's more lightweight. I mean, it looks lightweight and more sturdy. Fitment wise, this RPM arm is not a direct fit to the V5 and EXB, so you have to modify. The stock EXB pins do not really fit well in this. Look, the RPM one, the V5, the EXB RPM one, it's a direct fit in here. There are 4 holes there. You have an option here of choosing a small pin, but you can use the V1 to V4 pin on this. The positioning, of course, positioning of the pins, it's much wider here. It's much wider on the old RPM, and the new RPM is the geometry is just right, and it's much higher. The clearance, look at the clearance here. The tube screw here, yeah, you cannot anymore see the screw. It's hidden under this piece of aluminum, part of the chassis. But I can show you this tube screw there. I put it all the way down. By the way, it's also an RPM upgrade that I did not show you. You don't have a problem with a V1 to V4 RPM here. It's a direct fit. Like, literally, you can use this one. It's more flexible and more. Look at that. This is what I'm talking about. It looks more like a monster truck now. I mean, I can't read. It has higher ride height here, which is good. And additionally, I have these 2 RPM wing mounts rather. It's very flexible. I can flex it with one hand. Look, look how much you can flex it. Having a problem with this original stock wing mount. It always pulls out the screws here, it always destroys the screws. The two screws that hold these two wing mounts here will never land on the wing. Good thing the wing itself is flexible, so I don't need to replace it. I have the RPM here over this side and the original ones. I broke this part here inside. Much more simple. So for the RPM, it has more space over here than this. There's a space where I can put in, we can squeeze in a nut. This is what I'm talking about. A nut on there. It's very flexible now, so it shouldn't break. So here's a 24 tooth pinion. So my first impression, that was 23 tooth pinion is the maximum gearing here. I was wrong, it's actually 24. Something broke. I kinda full throttled it and it kinda bailed at the end there. I was a bit hesitant. The motor is still intact. There's no damage at all. And the underside is okay, so we can continue bashing it. So what happened there was a bad landing. It landed literally on its wings like this. It landed like this. Good thing my GoPro didn't break. You know, this is how we test the durability of the RPM wing mount. No, it's not broken at all, no break there. It's just very flexible. It flexed when it landed. Too bad I wasn't able to record it from the other views. That was scary. Nothing broken. Oh. Now it's time to stop. I broke the turnbuckles here. Like the turnbuckle part here, so I have to glue it again. So I initially broke this like a year ago, and then I super glued it back, and now it's broken again. Overall, there's really no damage. The arms very strong, very flexible front arm, very sturdy rear arms, no damage. The bend, this is a tiny bit of bend there, but you know, it's normal to bend the chassis. Internal wise, motor intake temperatures are okay despite the 24 tooth pinion, and the battery okay. There's really no problem. Thanks for watching.